Bishop with Soul Heart Collaboration here, coming to you to discuss about our upcoming retreat, Infinite Possibilities, October 4th, 5th, and 6th, 2024. And we're here to speak with our fabulous speaker, Heaven Sophia. Thank you so much for being here, Heaven.
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for having me.
So glad you're here. So, when it comes to this, well, first of all, let me give you a little bit, just a teeny tiny little background on who Heaven is and what she's about. Heaven is an advocate for women's rights, basically, really for anybody's rights when it comes to their personal body and their personal space, essentially, is what it comes down to. Having been through some of, some trauma, we all go through some trauma, we all can relate to trauma, but very few of us actually actively pursue changing laws over it. And Heaven is here to tell you that she has indeed done that, which is truly fantastic, Heaven. I'm so very honored that you are here with us. So tell us a little bit about you, a little bit about your journey, a little bit about what led you to this.
Thank you. I'd love to. I like that you say I'm an advocate for people's space because I think introverts worldwide would get behind me if I introduced myself that way. Yeah, so I am Heaven Sophia. I'm an advocate and activist. My primary, I would say, realm that I've worked the most in, obviously, if you're an activist, you probably care about a lot of stuff, but my primary focus is on body autonomy and owning your own image, essentially. I experienced non-consensual pornography, which is the non-consensual dissemination of intimate images. And this went on for me for about 6 years in my late teens and early 20s. I'm older than that now by a decent amount. I won't say how much, but basically it's followed me around ever since then. I've always been a very stubborn person, and I've always been the type of person where, a little bit of an issue with authority in general. So if you tell me what to do, I really want to do the opposite. And with that being said, when I'm the type of person who, if I'm being bullied or put into a corner, I'm definitely going to be swinging. So people don't expect that from me, but I think that's where I tend to catch people off guard. So I did advocate for a law making it illegal in the state of Oklahoma, which is where I'm from. At the time, it was only illegal in, I think, 16 states. So it was definitely not very common to discuss. People were not open about this topic. I think it's a lot more open now. We've had quite a few leaks, high-profile leaks, and people are talking a lot now about deepfake technology and artificial intelligence. So it's evolved quite a bit. But when I first got involved, it was just people sharing images of you on the internet, passing them around like baseball cards, essentially.
That's amazing. And what a traumatizing thing to go through just from this perspective of people sharing images of you that you don't want them to share of you. That's just like, it blows my mind that only 16 states even had laws at the time that you were actively involved. Do you happen to know what that rate is now? Is it at least half of them that have laws in place, or no, not yet?
If you asked me this statistic a couple months ago, I would have had it memorized, but I haven't talked about this in a little bit. But I'm pretty sure every state has some type of law whenever it comes to your image and when it comes to non-consensual pornography. And I know that they're working on making these laws more aggressive in a lot of places, especially because of the growth of artificial intelligence, because really that's the next frontier with it. Have we solved everything when it comes to intimate partner violence and the role that that plays in the dissemination of non-consensual pornography? No, there's still a long ways to go with that. Unfortunately, we haven't eradicated domestic violence. People still don't have the rights and ownership over their body that they would like to have in a lot of ways. And now we have artificial intelligence in the mix. So there's some lobbying work I've done in the state of Oklahoma with that as well, trying to push for legislation that will protect individuals whose images are used, super transposed over an image of something inappropriate happening, and trying to give you some type of legal recourse if that were to occur. So it's definitely, there's more laws significantly more laws now than there was then. And honestly, just a lot less of a judgmental attitude towards people who it happens to. So I'd say it's gotten significantly better.
Yes. Well, thank you for being a pioneer during that, because I'm sure it wouldn't be as far along if it weren't for people like you who were standing up for themselves and saying, this isn't right. This isn't right.
I appreciate you for saying that. I was just one small piece of the puzzle. At the time, definitely didn't feel like I was a piece of the puzzle. I felt like I was alone, but now I see a lot more, as there were so many people whose boots were on the ground, people who this was also happening to as well. And I think that's probably another reason why I've been able to cope with it so well.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Seriously, kudos to you. Um, Shifting to the retreat. So what is it that you're going to talk about while you present for our retreat in October?
I think the biggest thing that people are looking for right now is just with general dissatisfaction with policies or things that are happening that we feel like are out of our control. I really want to empower people and show them that they can make change, teach them how to break their own glass ceiling within their own lives. If there's something they're passionate about, help them figure out a way to, I guess, make change and make long lasting change with that. We have a lot of people who are going to be at this retreat that have broken glass ceilings in their own lives. And I think all of us want to be able to share something with the audience that they'll be able to take with them and make changes for themselves as well. So on my side, I don't want to be boring and stick with all the legal stuff, but I want to help people figure out how do you change a law? How do you present something to somebody who has the power to introduce a bill, and what can that look like? It's messy, it's not easy, it involves a lot of networking, and it's pretty confusing. And depending on what state you're in, it can be a lot easier or a lot more challenging. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of the legwork for people so they can hopefully take like a little guidance and make it a little easier for them than maybe it was for me when I first started trying to do that type of work.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm sure that there are plenty of people interested in learning a little bit more about laws and regulations and legislation to get things changed for the better, for especially with the AI stuff. I agree with you. That is getting to be more and more of a problem, and it's gonna keep growing, y'all. So we need to have these laws in place to help us with the repercussions for having that stuff done without our permission. So I love that. Yay. Good for us. Good for you. Please keep talking about that. What made you say yes when it comes to talking about this stuff? What made you say yes in the first place? And then what made you say yes to this retreat?
I would say with both of those things, what made me say yes in the first place? Again, I'm really stubborn, and I understand that frustration of wanting to get something done and not knowing how to do it. I have the personality that's going to figure it out. And for some people, I think, they really do a little bit better if they have someone who can, I don't know, lay the path a little bit out in front of them, make it a little bit easier. And to be honest with you, those people do it a lot better than I do. So I'm here to do it messy so you can do it cleaner. So that's really one of my motivations is this is my gift, and it's what I can share. And again, like if I can help people figure out how to do it, then they can go and do it way better than I ever did. Saying yes to this retreat, Jamie, I don't think anyone can say no to you. So of course I'm going to say yes anytime you ask me for anything.
Love it, love it, love it. No, honestly though, paving the road it takes a very specific personality type. And again, I'm in awe of you for being that forger of the path. Messy or not, it's so necessary in order for people to come behind you and really make big, grand changes. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Changing the energy a little bit. Let me ask you a few just super fun getting to know Heaven questions. Let's see. All right. Bucket list travel. Where have you not been yet that you would like to go?
Oh, I have not. I hate even admitting this. I have not traveled internationally yet. So I've done a lot of domestic travel. Next up for me is definitely international travel. I think this is the year. I think, and this year I don't mean calendar year. I mean within the next 12 months I will have left the country and maybe come back.
Yeah, I know, right? Where though? What are you headed south? Are you headed west, east? What?
My dream, I want to visit Tokyo. I want to go to Japan. There's a lot in Japan I want to see, not just Tokyo, but I definitely want to go to Japan. I would love to go south of the border and even just visiting Mexico or going into Guatemala. I have some friends down there. My best friend's in Egypt. She'd probably kill me if I don't go there first. So I have a long list. I really need to get going. I don't think I can delay much longer.
We can definitely work together on that. I can help you manifest, put those manifestations into action. What
Yes.
I know, right? Yes, goals, goals, goals. What if you were a color, what color would you be and why?
I'm gonna give you such a cheesy answer because I don't have a favorite color. I would have to say I like sunset colors. I like northern lights colors. Anything to do with the sky. So if it's the sky, that's my favorite color. That's
Oh,
why.
love it. Love it, love it, love it. That's perfect. Perfect response. All right. So if somebody wants to get a hold of you, first of all, why would they want to get a hold of you? Are you coaching? Are you teaching? Are you being a speaker? What is your kind of platform or goal?
I don't really know why any one of them get a I do still coach occasionally. I'm doing some wellness coaching right now, so I'm training to go into more of wellness coaching. I work under a doctor who's located out of Illinois, so I work for her remotely. But if people are looking for just general coaching, life coaching, I do have certification in that as well. And they can reach me through my Instagram, which is at Heaven Sophia T. T for Taylor, which is my last name, and T also because I make my own herbal teas, so I decided to spell it TEA. um, you can also reach me by phone, which I will include in my contact card on my presentation. So I will, I'll make sure people can get a hold of me if they want to.
Love that response. So if you want to get a hold of Heaven Sophia, you can attend the retreat and find out how to reach her by phone.
That's the answer. You can reach
Right?
me at the retreat.
Yes, yes. Reach her at the retreat. But in the meantime, you can check out her Instagram at heavensophiatea.com or at heavensophiat. Heaven, thank you so much for being a guest today. And thank you for saying yes to being a speaker at the Infinite Possibilities Retreat. We can't wait to hear you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Bye for now.